John Fitzgerald Kennedy was born on May 29, 1917. His father, Joe Kennedy, was very well connected and an entrepreneur and ambassador to England. Though he was often sick as a child, JFK was still able to accomplish much at a young age, including publishing the bestseller Why England Slept, based on his thesis at Harvard. He went on to become a captain in the Navy, a representative in the House, and was elected to the Senate all before he was 36 years old.
The kind of federal intervention which we have now before us really is one-sided. It breaks the strike at a crucial time, helps the companies, and therefore I think it's important. As chairman of the subcommittee on labor, we hope to do something about it.
In 1960, when he was only 43, JFK ran to become the youngest president of the United States in history.
Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to assure the survival and the success of liberty.
There was also much change and upheaval globally during Kennedy's political career. When he entered politics, World War II had just ended, and in a short amount of time, the United States became involved in the Korean War, Vietnam, and saw the start of the Cold War.
In 2006, Gretchen Spreitzer wrote that the assumption of strengths-based perspective is that in order to achieve greatness, people must find their own paths to excellence through leveraging their own unique strengths and talents. The most effective leaders are always investing in their strengths. Kennedy was always trying to perfect his skills, and we will be reviewing today 3 of his unique skills that we feel put him on the StrengthsFinder map: communication, analyzer, and command.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
People who are especially talented in the communication theme generally find it easy to put their thoughts into words. They're good conversationalists and presenters. JFK embodied authenticity and passion. He was on a mission with almost every speech. You could sense that the words and everything that he said just came from deep within.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Analytical skills falls under the strategic thinking domain. A person who excels as an analyzer is characterized as having the ability to search for reasons as causes, having the ability to think about all the factors that might have affected a situation. JFK consulted his cabinet during the crisis on what should be done about the standoff with Cuba and about Russia's involvement. One of JFK's advisors, Tommy Thompson, demonstrated being a person of context. A person of context understands the present by reaching its history and making sense and connections out of it. Thompson was the secretary of the former ambassador to Moscow. He mentioned that Khrushchev would back off from Cuba if he was given the chance to back off with dignity. Thompson knew that because he knew Khrushchev's personality and his way of thinking.
This is Radio Moscow. Premier Khrushchev has sent a message to President Kennedy today. The Soviet government has ordered the dismantling of weapons in Cuba, as well as their crating and return to the Soviet Union.
People who are especially talented in the command theme have a presence. They can take control of a situation and make decisions. Kennedy was adept at making these decisions time and again. This is especially noted on June 11, 1963, when President Kennedy had to order the National Guard to escort 2 black students onto the campus of University of Alabama so they could register for courses.
I hope that every American, regardless of where he lives, will stop and examine his conscience about this and other related incidents. This nation was founded by men of many nations and backgrounds. It was founded on the principle that all men are created equal, and that the rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened.